Peace. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to talk about how seeing outside of the matrix is not enough. Eventually, you're going to have to step outside of the matrix. You're going to have to be outside of it. You can't just stand at the door and just look out, saying you can define the matrix, you understand what it is, and you say you're not in it because you can see outside of it. But clearly you're standing there at the doorway and you're standing in the matrix, but you just looking out because you see King Nobleism. You see KNBS, King Noble Black Supremacy, but you still standing at that door that I talked about earlier, but you won't walk through it. And if you're honest with yourself, you see you won't walk through it because you're afraid of the struggles, the trials, and the tribulations that you're going to go through once you step outside of it. Once you did not denounce the mark of the beast within your consciousness. Once you denounce and renounce that world, you fear the lack of validation, the repercussions, the condemnation, being ostracized by their society, being condemned and looked down upon. You fear what you're going to have to go through mentally, spiritually, physically, economically. On every level, you fear the consequences of stepping out. You really do. You don't want to go through all that. So you think seeing outside of it is enough. Some would even go as far as to say, I'm a spook that's set by the door. Because they're in the matrix. They say, I'm just a spook that's set by the door. But what you don't realize is that the spook that's set by the door was once completely out. Eventually became completely out. And anti the matrix. Anti the system. Anti-Babylon. Completely out. They just stepped all the way out at some point. You can't be a spook who sat by the door forever. Fooling yourself, lying to yourself because you fear the struggle. You fear it. But you don't know that freedom is defined in the wisdom that is gained in the struggle. Freedom is acquired knowledge and information that's wrought through the struggle. You earn freedom through wisdom. Wisdom is gained through experience, going through it, living through it. But you don't want to go through it. You don't want to step through that door. Be honest with yourself. You would love for there to be a way for you to do it where you don't have to go through anything. Just smooth sailing. You want to find the quick and easy way to get out. There is no quick and easy way. That's an illusion. There's only the present, there's only now, there's only doing it, there's only stepping into it. Some of you all saying, I got some things to solve in the matrix, before I leave. I got some loose ends I need to tie up. I got to do this or that before I leave the matrix. You still believe in it. You believe that the only resolution, the only resolve, or only solution to the things that you perceive to be problems, that the answer lies within the sequence, within the matrix. That there are steps and there are things that you must do within the matrix to bring closure to what you consider to be problems. You totally believe in the matrix. You don't think that these so-called problems can be solved in an unorthodox, radical way beyond your perception, beyond the limited perception that you have right now. You don't believe that your problems could be solved in ways that are beyond your ability to calculate, where it will appear almost magical or miraculous to you, because you believe in the order of the matrix, which is a lie, which dictates to your mind the only way that things can happen. That your mind, your brain can wrap itself around the infinite universe in order to conceptualize the one way, the one route of which things can be brought to harmony and balance. You still believe in the matrix. You believe in its order, its structure, its system, its sequence, its chronology. You still believe in it. And that's how you are trapped. Because you think there's closure in the matrix, and the only closure that there is in the matrix is closing that door and closing you into it. Because those seconds or those minutes that you need, those hours and those days and weeks that you need to resolve certain situations and circumstances turn into an infinity, turn into an eternity of you being trapped into an illusionary realm, an illusionary reality based on limitations that do not reflect the infinite nature of the universe. You can't possibly imagine that there is something beyond the order that was dictated to you, something beyond the method, something beyond the system, something beyond the structure, something beyond the codes that they gave you. You're still thinking as a mathematician and not a magician. You're still thinking within the perspective of numbers. When all numbers are lost in infinity, all numbers are lost in infinite possibility. All structure dissolve, all space becomes nothingness. All meaning becomes open. That's when you come out of the matrix. That's when you step out and step into the new reality. You don't have time to solve illusionary problems, to try to find closure in an illusionary realm. You're immediately being asked to entertain infinite possibility now. And that is the first step out of the matrix, is entertaining infinite possibility. No longer having definitive ideas that were fed to you by entities that wanted to keep you in a limited framework of mind so that they could feed off of you, exploit you, capitalize off of you, and have you do their bidding to keep their codes and their system going. You're being challenged now to entertain infinite possibility now and step into and step out of entertaining that infinite possibility. Make that move. Jump, and the rope shall appear. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnoblepblacksupremacy.com. Donate and don't hate.